When people think of the American Development Model, or ADM, they often think only of cross-ice games for mites. While mite development is one critical element, the ADM has many pieces which have not been explained completely to the hockey community. In this special episode, USA Hockey's Roger Grillo shares how the ADM's Windows of Trainability concept and its training implications means so much more for athletes in all stages of development, going far beyond a smaller ice surface for mite games.
The American Development Model basically is an opportunity to really stress the need for age-appropriate environments for our kids. To me, the most important message we send is the windows of trainability for parents, athletes, and coaches. To grasp the windows of trainability and understand where those athletes are is absolutely critical. That's the sports science that everything we do is based on. It's all the age-appropriate training. For example, 8 and under, they're in their suppleness window of trainability. Suppleness window is basically your athleticism. So if I'm coaching a group of 8 and under kids, I just want to build a really strong base of athleticism so that that athlete, when they do have to reach back at an older age, to a base of athleticism, it's there. The most important thing at 8 and under, if you're talking about building a strong base of athleticism, it's making sure that when I'm on the ice, my work to rest ratio is 1-to-1. I'm going every other time, that I'm doing stuff in small spaces, that I'm doing a lot of jumping, spinning, turning, getting up off the ice, short distance, change of direction, not worried about anything other than that part of their athleticism, and staying as far away as possible as I can from positional play and team play. And that's why for us the cross-ice game is so critical, because not only are those 8 and under kids in their athleticism window, they're also in their first speed window. And the first speed window is really the first 5 to 10 feet. It's the quick change of direction, it's the quick burst, it's that explosive start. And so putting them in a smaller space where they're forced to do that a lot just helps their development happen that much faster. In the off-ice piece, the best thing a parent can do is either have their child involved in some type of programming where they're doing some of that tumbling and agility and coordination and balance work, or the Hockey Association develops a curriculum, and this is what we're encouraging strongly. They develop a curriculum within their Hockey Association where those kids once or twice a week when they come to the rink for practice, there's an extra 30-minute to 40-minute session that works on that for the athlete. Our 12 and under players, our squirts and peewees, they're in their skill acquisition window. Absolutely critical that we focus on touches and repetitions, and that our practices are based on the individual athlete's needs in skating, passing, stick handling, shooting, decision making, so that when they are put into a team and winning becomes highly important at the older ages, they have the skills to be successful. So the other critical windows of trainability as kids get older, there's the second speed window, which is now a little bit more north-south, a little bit more open space. You got your strength window, which happens a little bit later, and each kid's a little bit different based on their physical and skeletal growth. To us, the two most important windows are the athleticism piece from about 5 to about 9, and then that skill acquisition window, which starts at about 8 to about 13. Those two windows to us are the base of what's going to happen later on. When an athlete gets to about 13, 14, 15, and everybody's a little different, the responsibility now transfers to the athlete, because the windows that they're in there are really stuff they got to do on their own. It's getting stronger, it's getting in better shape, it's the sacrifices they have to make with nutrition and sleep habits and all the other stuff that it takes to kind of take that next step as an athlete. It's really now what they do away from the rink that's so critical to their next step as an athlete. Whereas when they're younger, it's all the stuff that's happening in the rink. So we've got to make sure that we're, as the adults, the coaches, the administrators, the parents, we're putting them in the right environment so they can have success when it is their turn to take the responsibility. So how we handle the young athlete in a lot of cases is going to determine the success of the older athlete. I'm Roger Grillo from USA Hockey. You gotta love Connecticut hockey.